welcome everybody to my channel, Sensei Bullrog. We are, of course, surviving the Hive, as always. We are going to be going over a very important feature today, and that is going to be FRPG. One of the reasons it's super important for you to understand how this function works is because you will not be able to level up your skills and abilities, which make a huge difference in this specific server. It's one of the most important plugins, which is why we're going to go over it today. So let's go ahead and pull that up. Bam. Go ahead and pull up the chat bar, and you're of course going to type in a function here, and we want to go ahead and run a plugin. So what we want to do is go ahead and type in FRPG. Alright, that's all you got to do, /FRPG, hit enter, boom, your skills pop up. As you can see, we have global, digging, woodcutting, mining, farming, fishing, archery, we have beast mastery, swordsmanship, defense, axe mastery, different than woodcutting. Axes are not really commonly used for woodcutting. As you can see, I'm only level 28 there. They're more commonly used as a weapon. I don't use axes very commonly, which is why I'm only level 38. As you can see, I stick more to the bow and sword. That being said, axes aren't bad. You can still use them, so definitely something to go ahead and keep a lookout for. But as you can see, we have the defense, axe mastery, repair, agility, alchemy, smelting, and of course, enchanting. And when we click on these individually, they will go ahead and show you kind of what each one does. Now, for this one, the global, these are the big ones. You have to get 1,000 total levels to get a global token. And as you can see here, you can get some pretty cool abilities. Gather, I got plus 20 experience gained in digging, woodcutting, mining, farming, and fishing. As you can guess, each of these is all going to have one that they boost, group that they boost rather, and they're categorized there. We have the Gatherer, which was the first line we saw. We have the Scholar, which is going to be the last line we saw, and the middle line we saw was the Fighter. This adds one skill token there, and then we have some pretty cool abilities. We have Reincarnation, Soul Harvesting. This will allow you to reset your skill trees. In Avatar, 10% chance that you take no damage and gain all in-game buffs for 10 seconds on a hit that would normally kill you, so that is pretty darn cool. And then, of course, Master of the Arts, ability cooldowns decreased by 33%. I believe that in order to get that, you're going to have to get 10,000 levels, which I am not quite at 10,000 levels just yet. I'm at 8,082, and I'm ranked 2, so I'm not sure anyone has reached 10,000 yet. Parental may be close, so go ahead and take care of that. But fortunately, we have some of these here. We can see passive tokens. And the way I level that up is by clicking the dies over here on the left. So we have double drops, timber. Timber doesn't work because we have the axe as a weapon. It has a different ability, so I don't really level that one up much. I just do the double drops. For the passive tokens for farming, I like putting all of mine into natural regeneration duration. I really like that ability. And you access that one, and you can actually see how you access them by reading them. And as you can see, it will tell you to right-click while holding a hoe before breaking a crop. And that is how you're going to activate that specific skill. And usually the red die one is going to show you the active skill. Some of them do not have active skills. This is a passive skill, proficiency, level 814, materials restore, more durability on repair. So they do still have things on the enchanting and the intelligence-based skill trees, but you're just going to have to realize that you don't have any passive tokens. They just all automatically go into that first die right there. You do still have skill tokens, which you can spend on these abilities right here. You get one skill token per 100 levels. For this one, specifically, I was able to unlock certain books. I have Luck of the Sea. I have all the books down here unlocked as well, so I can do fortune, I can do mending, I can pretty much unlock any book that I want to, which is pretty cool. So that's pretty much how this works, guys. Go ahead and go in there, make sure that you're leveling stuff up. As you can see, I'm making my abilities stronger, I'm making my character stronger, and they're really important. Like, for example, for Beast Mastery, I have Acro Dog, which dogs do not take fall damage. So no matter where I am, what I'm fighting, my dogs are never going to die because they fell off the side of a mountain, which if you've ever fought with wolves before, that can be annoying. And then you have other things. Keep away here. This one, Spur Kick buff, is now speed 3. When you use Spur Kick, the ability on the horse, which you can see here, temporarily gives your horse a speed buff, activated right-clicking while on a horse, then left-clicking. So you have to right-click, then left-click in order to activate, and you'll notice that with some of the abilities on there. So for example, fishing rod instantly catches a fish, activated by left-clicking a fishing rod, then fishing in the water. That one hasn't worked for me specifically. That's the only one I've run into that I haven't seen work. We do have other fishing plugins that might interfere with that, or the plugin itself may have an issue, which is why that doesn't currently do that. That's the only one I've seen that doesn't really do that, though. For Stone Hand or Stone Solid, you got to make sure that you have nothing. You have to have an empty hand before you go ahead. And so if you just go ahead and right-click with a sword, guess what? It's going to try and run your sword ability. And it doesn't matter if you have wheat or some sort of undesired object. It has to be nothing in your hand. So definitely something to go ahead and make sure that you're paying attention to. If you do decide to, if you get far enough and you decide that you've leveled up a skill tree wrong, you can always use the refund skill. You get the souls by killing just angry, aggressive mobs. Not angry mobs, but aggressive mobs. Once you get to 250, you can go ahead and reset that. Say that there's an ability that you don't like. For example, I'll go to mining. I have a pickaxe with mending, and that doesn't really work when I have the vein miner on, which auto mines the vein, or veins are instantly mined upon breaking one block. So that's definitely something that is awesome, but at the same time, if I have mend, then I can't get the individual experience for each one. It still gives you the experience for FRPG, just not the experience for your level. Your personal level for your bar, the normal level that levels up when you kill things in all Minecraft servers, just that little green bar that you see at the bottom. But as you can see, I can toggle Vein Miner on and off. I currently have mine off right now. When I'm trying to speed run and power level, I obviously have that on, so I can run through and do things quick. But you can go ahead, it's quite customizable, so make sure that you keep that in mind, and hopefully you're going in and leveling these up. As you can see, I've taken a liking to leveling them up. I'm number 1 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I used to be number 1 in defense. Someone else surpassed me recently. Tricky. So it looks like I am number 1 in 6 of the 15 items, which, you know, not bad. We're up to, looks like about 40% of the total items, or total categories that we're number 1 in currently. But it goes ahead and gives you total playtime, things like that. Those are hours, so that means that maybe I've had this session open for about 11 hours, which it does keep track of that as well. I keep my session open pretty much all day, but that's because I do things like brewery, where I have to kind of watch things and you know, make sure that they age properly and that I stay on things. But that's a totally other thing. So make sure that we may go over brewery at another time. But with all that being said, hopefully you use FRPG now. Hopefully you are using that function, and hopefully you guys are absolutely thriving in the Hive right now, especially after incorporating this and using it with your character. And hopefully you start whooping some mob butt, and also building some pretty awesome farms, getting some pretty cool loot while fishing. I've got some really cool stuff while fishing, so make sure that you're doing stuff like that, and you're leveling up things like the treasure finder, decreased chance of finding junk. So make sure that you're doing all of these. Study them, look over them, go over them all. We would be here for well over an hour if I went into every single thing. I've already gone into probably more than enough for you to understand the concept, but make sure that you're going in here, guys, and taking care of this. All right, thanks for joining us, and have a wonderful rest of your evening.